Hey guys, let's get more news about Dallas, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Chris Collinsworth heaps praise on Mike McCarthy as Cowboys win once again. Mike McCarthy is frequently a punching bag for both Dallas Cowboys fans and NFL pundits alike. It makes sense, as Dallas has repeatedly choked in the playoffs under his watch and this season has not been a good one. But, credit to Mike McCarthy, as the Cowboys have fought hard the last few weeks after the season was essentially over. They beat the Buccaneers on Sunday Night Football, and Chris Collinsworth was full of praise for Mike McCarthy. Dallas, who was eliminated from playoff contention earlier in the day due to Washington's dramatic win over Philadelphia, had a chance to play spoiler on Sunday night. The Buccaneers entered Sunday's game with a one-game lead in the NFC South over the Falcons, but don't own the tiebreaker. The Cowboys did indeed play spoiler. They led wire to wire, and got a stop when they needed it late on this freak play. Dallas, now 7-8, has won 4 out of 5, with the other game a loss to the Bengals on a fluke play where they fumbled a blocked punt. They've done that without Dak Prescott, and it's been pretty cool to see them not quit on their season. They're playing hard for Mike McCarthy, whose contract expires at the end of the year. Chris Collinsworth took notice. Will Mike McCarthy keep his job in Dallas? That remains to be seen. But, he does have Dallas playing solid football. People were interested in these podcasts. Ira Kaufman's 10 takeaways from Bucs Cowboys. In the end, the Cowboys wanted it a little more. How else do you explain Dallas coming up with 2 fourth-quarter takeaways by wrestling the ball away from Jalen McMillan and Rachaad White en route to a 26-24 victory? In what was surely one of the more physical games of the 2024 season, the Cowboys played forcefully with nothing to lose, sending a message of support for coach Mike McCarthy to Jerry Jones. The Bucs had everything to play for and now need help in their quest for a 4th consecutive NFC South title. Tampa Bay's defense was ravaged by Cooper Rush in the opening half as he threw for 220 of his 292 yards. Dallas never trailed, but the Bucs made things interesting in the final minutes before White's fumble snapped a 4-game winning streak and left the Falcons jubilant. Atlanta and Tampa Bay are both 8-7, but the Falcons hold the tiebreaker due to a season sweep that remains mystifying to ownership and everyone who works at One Buc Place. Atlanta faces 10-5 Washington on the road Sunday evening, hours after the Bucs play Carolina at home. The Commanders are 6-2 at home behind stellar rookie quarterback Jayden Daniels, so there's a decent chance the Bucs will be back atop the division heading into the final week of the regular season. Sunday's game was marked by hard hitting on both sides. Rush played poised with no turnovers, and the Buc defense was guilty of passive play and poor tackling as Dallas took a 23-14 halftime lead. The Cowboys were limited to 3 first downs and 74 total yards in the final 2 quarters, but any hopes of a dynamic comeback were thwarted when Baker Mayfield was picked off in the end zone and White was stripped after grabbing a desperation pass while Mayfield was falling down. Tampa Bay's run defense was sensational, but Rush had way too much time to scan the field in the opening half and CeeDee Lamb burned the secondary, despite missing much of the game with an injured shoulder. Brandon Aubrey converted field goals from 58, 49, 58 and 53 yards when drives stalled, reinforcing his reputation as one of the league's premier kickers. The Cowboys had been eliminated from the postseason before the game began, yet they gave their fans 60 minutes of passion and effort. Here's how the Cowboys improved to 2-6 at home and held on to inflict a potentially crushing setback to the favored visitors. Todd Bowles didn't have to look at the film before he told Melissa Stark at halftime that Tampa Bay's tackling was subpar. He won't feel any differently after he watches the tape. Too many yards after the catch for Rush's targets. Way too many. Mayfield threw for 303 yards and a pair of scores, despite being battered and bruised from start to finish. The Cowboys sacked him 4 times and Mayfield played through pain all evening. When protection broke down, as it did quite a few times, Mayfield hurt the Cowboys with 3 scrambles for 42 yards. The interception wasn't Mayfield's fault as McMillan was outmuscled by defensive back Jordan Lewis as both players toppled to the ground. Rico Dowdle, who was coming off 3 consecutive 100-yard games, found no running room as Tampa Bay held him to 23 yards in 13 carries. That's what made Rush's first-half performance even more impressive. Although Micah Parsons posted a sack and 5 tackles, the Bucs didn't allow him to wreck the game. Parsons and Luke Goedeke engaged in fierce trench battles and Goedeke more than held his own. The final 4 possessions for the Cowboys resulted in 2 first downs and 4 punts. By the time Bowles figured out how to rattle Rush, the Bucs were too far behind. Mike Evans, relatively quiet with 5 receptions for 69 yards, needs 182 yards in the final 2 games to keep his 1,000-yard streak alive. Mayfield is very aware of the numbers, and my guess is Evans gets it. Before Sterling Shepard left with a hamstring injury, he had dropped 1 pass, maybe 2. LBJJ Russell failed to haul in an errant rush throw that hit him square in the numbers. Too many mistakes. Christian Izien was a dynamo with a game-high 13 tackles, including 9 solo stops. With only 7 interceptions in 15 games, the Bucs fell to -6 in turnover differential. A year ago, they finished +8. The Bucs played hard, but they didn't play smart and it cost them a chance to control their own destiny heading into Week 17. If they want to apply pressure to the Falcons, the Bucs have to take care of business against a Carolina team that has been quite competitive in the past 7 weeks, including an OT loss to Tampa Bay. Atlanta is a road underdog, so there's no reason for Buc fans to lose faith. Cowboys urged to sign Eagles running back to fix backfield before next season. The Dallas Cowboys have had a disappointing season and have a glaring need at running back. They could target Ashton Jeanty in the draft, but there may be options in free agency as well. While listing the Cowboys' biggest needs, Fansided's Rucker Harangi urged the team to sign Kenneth Gainwell to pair with Rico Dowdle next season. Pairing Kenneth Gainwell with Dowdle would give Dallas with a solid timeshare in their offensive backfield, wrote Harangi. Dowdle can soak up most of the snaps on first and second down, while Gainwell can come in and provide his offense a big boost on passing downs. Gainwell is a versatile back and is stuck behind Saquon Barkley right now. The Cowboys could feature him in a bigger role and would not have to dish out big money to land him. Additionally, stealing him away from a division rival would serve a double purpose. The current Eagle hasn't been able to maximize his talents in the city of brotherly love. That's why he should hit the open market looking for a larger opportunity. The Cowboys can offer him the touches he craves in 2025, wrote Harangi. A modest 2- or 3-year contract with meaningful, but not lucrative guaranteed money should be enough to land the former University of Memphis star. Gainwell has 13 career touchdowns and 93 receptions in his career. He has been a backup for the Eagles since being drafted, but has the ability to be a consistent playmaker. And you fan? What do you think of the situation of Kenneth Gainwell? Leave your opinion in the comments.